Hello and welcome back to Stranded Deep, welcome back to the map editor, and welcome back to this island we are creating. We are on the PC version of the game, Steam version of the game, and I need to ask a question before we get started. What do you want to see once this island is done? We have, well, three options. I can go back into Stranded Deep and just carry on playing the game, building big-ass houses and jumping from them into the ocean because some people find that terrifying and other people find it kind of fun. Or we can go back into the map editor and just make another island. And that's an option 2. Or option 3, well, maybe do a little bit of map editing and do a little bit of playing in Stranded Deep. The choice is yours. Use your voice in the comments below. Let me know what you want to see once this island is done. And I will try and accommodate your wishes. Otherwise, we have a few things we need to run through at the beginning of the video, especially for anyone who's new to the map editor, because the controls are W to go forward, S to go back, A to go left, D to go right, Q to go down, E to go up. You push and hold the right mouse button and that pans everything around. But wait, there's more. Of course there's more. There's no more island. Clear, but we can use a little bit of water to drag out the aeroplane and press R to rotate, D to transform, C to clone or copy, delete to delete, and if you have something selected and press F, that focuses something smaller and that focuses much closer. It's done on the size of the object. Speaking of a bunch of objects stacked up in an area, the camera has no constant velocity. It slows down when you get close to the island mesh. It slows down when you get close to an object. You have a lot of objects stacked up next to each other. The camera is going to stutter and shake and do all manner of things. It's not lag. It is quite literally. Are you going to do it? There we go. There we go. It's quite literally just a function of the game. So if you see the camera shaking and stuttering, it's not the video, it's not my computer, it's just the way the map editor works, especially at this stage in island creation, where you just have so much out in the world. And the last thing, if we hit terrain, we have these 3 brushes. This says raise and lower height. We have raise and lower height, we have set height, and we have smooth height. Sometimes the description is wrong, even though the button is correctly lit up. It's weird. But one thing you need to make note of is this amount slider. This amount slider is going to be your undoing. There is no undo in the game. You can't control Z and go back. Save often, especially if you've done something you're particularly proud of, because if you're going around smoothing the sand with the amount slider cranked all the way up, then you click on raise and lower. With the raise button selected, if I were to left click now, I'd have a spike all the way up to Babylon 5. And Captain Sheridan is going to be upset that there's suddenly sand all over his station. So take this amount slider, slide it all the way down, and you will be fine. That is the only way to protect yourself from that. Anyway, terrain and objects, so we've got nothing selected. If we have an object selected and we accidentally move it around, that is a problem. So terrain, objects. I will do that quite often, so we have nothing selected and we can't accidentally move something in the background and we don't know about it. Good, that's everything taken care of, I think. It's been a long day and it's so hot and humid here. It's only about 21 degrees Celsius, but the humidity is in the 90s and boy, it's unpleasant. It is unpleasant in Cornwall in England right now. But last time we built this lovely little rock bridge. It is a beautiful little rock bridge. I'm really happy with that, actually. We had some plants around it, and that's great. We've also had some plants over here. Kept the foliage down, so it's nice and open, nice and bright, which is quite lovely. We are going to need to add a ton of palm trees and stuff to this island. Samara in the comments. Did you change your name at some point? I think, didn't you? I'm pretty sure you had a different name at some point. Anyway, said, "Ooh, could you put a PP? Could you put a PP on your can you put PP on your cave walls?" And I'm like, yeah, you can absolutely put PP on cave walls. If we go and find PP plant, yep, you can just put it on the walls. The downside to that is if you put it on the walls in here, which you can do for decorative purposes, do remember that the player is likely to be swimming at this point and won't be able to reach up and grab it. Maybe even on a raft they might not be able to reach up and grab it, because rafts have some weird physics thing. You may or may not be able to jump up. I will do something with this at some point. We do need to decorate the inside of the cave which runs through the entire island. And it is a beautiful island. But palm trees. We've got some palm trees already. These are resources that the player can chop down and they won't grow again. Palm trees don't grow. You can't plant them. You can't plant the coconuts. Once a palm tree is gone, it's gone, which is why we have so many ficus trees and why we have so many pine trees. Because if the player deforests the island, that means this island is going to look like this. And that's fine. It's still a beautiful island. We can put all the resources that the player can rip out and burn or turn into housing or whatever now, in fact. So, places like this, these shoreline rocks are great for slapping in trees. So I'm just going to find the palm. We got 4 palm trees. And what we can't do is if we hit R to rotate, we can't rotate the palm trees. The palm trees can be rotated by the game. You can find them canted over at like 45 degrees, but for some reason we still don't have the ability to do that in the map editor. So we're going to use a little transform, hit R, give it a little spin. Why do we spin it like a mad person? That is an excellent question. Next question. No, that's fine. I'll answer the question now. Because these palm tops are all the same. And if you don't spin it, it's just going to look like you pulled a bunch of tools out of the map editor. Like a bunch of trees out of the map editor, that everything is facing the wrong, like the same way. So by spinning it, it has some variation. Also a rule of 3, because instead of rule of 2, well, rule of 2, rule of 3, I don't want patterns to be repeated. No pattern repeats, please. So anything that looks like it's been placed by hand, we're not gonna do that. We don't do that here. Everything must look natural, or at least that's the way I feel about this stuff. There are, like, the smallest palm tree does have a bit of a problem. If you back far enough away, the top disappears. That's just in the map editor. That'll be fine in the game itself. It's an LOD issue. Are there other LOD issues? Yeah, there are, actually. Now, what do we want here? Because we have this nice big open beach. Do we want to leave the beach open? I kind of want to leave the beach open, really. That would be kind of nice. But yeah, essentially what we need to do now is just go around putting palm trees down. I like putting them next to cliffs and places where they can seemingly, like where coconuts have seemingly just gathered or just floated in. So around the outside. So the inside, pine trees and ficus trees, the outside palm trees. That's the way I've always done it. I know there are palm plantations in other parts of the world. I've seen them. They're fine. But not here. Not on my au natural beach. Sorry, I'm just not going to do that. I think what we need here is rocks. We need the shoreline rock in it. That's going to be much, much better. So what I'll do is I'll put you in there. Have you already gone and... No, you haven't. Can I get rid of... I need to move you a sec. Why are you putting shoreline rocks here? That's an excellent question. Next question. No, we already did that. That's because I just like tucking stuff into the shoreline rocks. We really want to educate the player, or at least get the player doing certain things. And it's like, well, if they see these shoreline rocks, we're going to put physics objects in there as well. So physics objects and palm saplings. Yeah, okay. So we're just going to go around placing palms. Those two are they the same height? I don't want anything to be the same height. I really don't like that. You can have 2 palms, have them different heights. That's nice. That adds a little greenery to that as well. Neat. And you can chop that down and be a little gremlin about destroying my island. It's not your island. I know. As soon as it's out in the world, it's not your island anymore. We are going to have to go around and test things as well, because that's a thing. That's a thing. We've got some rockety rocks here. So I'm just going to snuggle that in there. There we go. Shoreline rock. It's just a bunch of rocks that you can just pop in. It's kind of sort of cheap, I guess, in terms of just stuff. And then, yeah, you can just slap it in. It's like greeblies. What are greeblies? Greeblies are just surface detail on models. You may have heard the term from like Star Wars. Like ships in Star Wars have greeblies. You make a model and then you add lots of small details to it, and those small details don't really do anything, but it makes the ship look bigger. All right, cool. Let's do this. I'm gonna do that and do the rotate, and so we're just going around, just slapping these things. I'm not even looking at the tops. Let's do a little rotate, spin that round. Cool. Terrain objects. We don't have anything selected. Let's go down. Actually, finding a small rock. And then T transform. Slap that in. I see a little silhouette of a man. No, let's do this. I'm gonna copy that. Do a little rotate. Why are you doing that? Because there's some bubbles there, and if I don't cover those up, then that could be a problem. So there we go. So a little thing. And you got some palm trees there. Palm trees. Suddenly, palm. Looks very different. Wow. Yeah, it kind of does. Palm trees. Yeah. Suddenly, we put those in time before last. Palm trees. It's suddenly very different. And these shoreline rocks also nicely hide some of the weird geometry in the sand. Unfortunately, there's not too much we can do about that. Yeah, we might need to load into the game and then check the island to just see what's going on once we have checked it out. We can maybe add a few more bits and pieces because there's not enough wrecks on this island. I don't think there's enough wrecks on this island. We could put 3 palm trees here, couldn't we? Yeah, we could. So 1, 2, and then 3. That's fine. I'm just gonna pop it in, T down, and then R to rotate. That's all we need to do. All we need to do. Oh, what do you? What's going on? Oh, palm trees going on. Palm trees, more palm trees. Right, cool. Rotate, T down. I always pull it down because sometimes you pull it out. There's a huge gap underneath the model. So if your plant isn't fully in the ground, if it's just kind of like floating and there's a gap, camera, please, camera. If there's like a gap, this kind of just looks unprofessional. I've seen games that have been released with floating foliage. It's like, oh, that tree's floating and now my immersion is broken. What is going on? All right, gotta rotate. Boop. I mean, yeah, we could keep looking up at the top of the trees, but I don't want to. You can't make me. What else? Trees. Oh, there's some here as well. Palm. No, we got it right the first time. Terrain, objects, scroll down. Is your brain literally breaking right now? I've had a long day at work. So I'm going to go with yes. Yeah. Yep. You still editing photos there, boy? Yeah, still. Until the robots take over, yeah, still editing photos. So that's fun. What would you do if you weren't editing photos? You know what I'd do if I weren't editing photos? I'd go and work in a museum. Your boy loves museums. I don't know what it is about museums. I just freaking love them. Seriously? Yeah. Would you spend a night in a museum? Oh, hell yeah. What's your favorite museum? I love the Tank Museum, but I don't know if I want to work there. That's just a thing. That's a thing, innit? We got this area here, and we got a bit of a problem with it. I'm going to say this side's okay. This side's got a bit of a problem over here. The sand looks like ass. I'm going to hit up terrain. We're going to go to raise and lower. Hit up raise. Make sure the brush is much smaller than that. Soft, round brush. Raise. Mount slider just 2 pixels off the end. And then just kind of raise this up here. We're not going to be able to get rid of this geometric pattern. It ain't going to happen. That's because the game is broken. What? It is? Yeah, sorry. I don't make the game. It's just how it is. So we're just going to have to make a rough geometric pattern here. I'm not going to smooth it off too much. Yeah, it's just the way it is. Sorry. You can barely see the change, but I just don't like it being super flat. So Let's make it a little bit lumpy bumpy by on purpose? On purpose, yeah. There we go. So if you use a smooth tool, yes, it'll look amazingly smooth until you leave and then come back into the map editor or put it into your world. At that point, yeah, it was a bug that was introduced in 1.0, and since the game is not really getting anything more than bug fixes, it's never going to be fixed. Never going to be fixed. Well, that makes me sad. Yeah, I know. They're working on Stranded Deep 2, sort of. I think they're getting the teams together. Teams? Yes, like the A-team. Oh. Alright, why didn't you say? I just did. Yeah, they're gonna get face and mouth and sloth and the Fratellis and One-Eyed Willy. What are you? What is your brain really gone? I think we started off with one thing and we went into another. I just wanted a little bit more of this showing, so it's a little bit more obvious that this is what this is. There we go. Nice. It looks a little bit better. We should probably do something a little bit more with this, but we're adding trees. Ooh, stop. Yep, up. Your brain really is gone, isn't it? Yeah, dude. It's been such a long day. I had to go to the post office. You have no idea how hard that is in the UK. Ooh, did you just give it to the post people? I had to post a router back to British Telecom because they were like, we've given you a new router. Send your old one back. And I'm like, the old one's Home Hub 3 from like 12 years ago. Do you really want it back? I don't know. Oh, no. So this is a bit of a problem. I'm going to let go of that. And then I have to check in here to make sure everything is in fact okay. It is not. Right. Let's move that back a little bit. Yes, I kind of got into moving this. So what happens is you'll be moving this, but if you have lots of objects in the background, sometimes this toggle will snap onto a different object without you even noticing. I wonder if we can force it to do it. No, I don't think we can. Oh, there it goes. Snapped onto something else. That is now snapped onto something way in the background, which is why we always go terrain and objects. It's a pain in my ass. Not... Oh, okay. Yeah, it's something that catches me out so often. You'd think, oh, well, why didn't you keep that in mind? And like, it's just so... It's just one of those bugs that I just wanted fixed years ago, and then they never did it. I tell you what, the other thing they never did. Ooh, we have like nearly 800 episodes. Guess who's not in the credits at the end of the game? As thanks to the content creators. No, I'm not sad about it. No, the content creators listed in the credits at the end of the game are the ones that were paid to play it on live stream during the game's 1.0 launch. That's why they're there. So it's a weird thing where they paid people to play it and then they gave thanks to them for playing it. I don't know. So yeah, we're just going to put some in here. So we're finding rocks. We're finding rocks and we're finding places for the palm trees to go like naturally. I want to say diegetically, but I don't think that's the right use of the word. And when we're not putting shoreline rocks in, I think just like small rock. If we put it on the beach, something like just gonna move it around, yeah, something like that. I just want you to be happy. There you go. Stuff like this, it just looks like a little area where something could have collected, like seeds or plants or whatever could have collected. We may need to go do a second pass and put other things down, but the palm trees are desperately needed. We have nothing on this side of the island, really, which is a shame because we're going to need to put something here for people to come and visit, because at this point, this is probably the loneliest point on the island, which is a shame. I don't like it when things it's lonely over here. It is. So we'll do this. little bit of rotation. We could put another tree here, actually. Like a ficus. And a little rotation. Okay, cool. That's cool. So, yeah, just the palm trees. Suddenly palm trees. Do we need lots? We don't need too many, I don't think. I don't think we do. We can throw some in here as well. This all got smashed up, but by the airplane coming in. But what we can do is put a shoreline rock here. T transform, pop it down a little bit so it's got some sand inside those rocks, and then go back to the palms. So yes, normally I would just go around doing this super fast, not talking to myself like a lunatic. What? But you're talking to us? Yeah, but in the reality of the recording, I am sat in a room talking to myself like a lunatic. Ah, yeah, we didn't think about that. No, it's fine. Okay, so that's fine. I wanted this open. That's okay with that. That's all right. This is. It bothers me. It bothers me. It's still like in the back of my brain. It's just like, oh, there's no rock here. You really do want your. You do really like your small rocks, don't you? Yeah, I do. There we go. Just a little thing. It's just a little thing. Just a little thing. Okay, terrain objects. Cool. Right, so the palm trees. Ah, suddenly palm trees. How many did we add? We added quite a few. I'm going to be honest. We did add quite a few. And these things are now in clumps and clusters around the island. Got some there. What we don't have is anything here to mask the fact that there is a giant piece of rock. I wanted to say coal, and then my brain was like, it's not coal. What are you talking? You're an idiot. Oh, it's not, is it? Wood? Nope, that's rock. Really has been a long day, huh? Yes, you have no idea. We're going to need rocks. We're going to need big rocks. Where else am I looking here? That's bubbles. Oh, that ain't right. There you go, that's better. Really? Yeah, I'll be fine. Don't worry about it. I have to check up here now. I have to check up here and make sure everything's fine. I really wish I hadn't moved that earlier. That's why you save often. Right, okay, cool. Big rock. You can come here. I'm going to rotate you a little bit. And T transform. I don't want to go into this channel too much. But I need a little like diorama here. Ficus everywhere except... There we go. Ficus. Focus. What? What is it? What are you doing? It's disco ficus. It's just dancing around all over the place. We do want to make sure that we aren't blocking anything. That's nice. It's now snapped onto something else. That ain't the tree we're looking for. That's the tree we're looking for. Got to keep clicking on it and then put it down into that dirt. We have a little bit of dirt there, you see. The trees can snuggle up to rocks because in nature you do have trees that do just grow in crevices of rocks, which is fine. That's how we're doing this. I went terrain objects. There we go. Acacia, bigger acacia. Yes, why not? I think so. I think that's what we're going to need. I'm not too concerned. It's one of the times I'm not actually too concerned about the leaves clipping into things. I will force those leaves into the rocks. There we go. That's not a problem. Because players are unlikely to be around here. So we'll get the allocation. You'll drive past on your boat, but you won't necessarily be looking too close at what's over here. I mean, we're still going to do something nice, but there we go. Cool. And that has now disguised some of this. Oh, all of that cliff 6 is now a little bit harder to see exactly what it is. This path we never really did finish, did we? Alright, well, we'll do that. We're going to put some plants along the walls, and then we're going to think about it. Oh, Jesus, how long was your day? Yeah. Anyway, what I'm going to do is do this. So we'll pop this light here. Plants generally want to look up at the sun. They praise the sky. Plants praise the sky, so they grow vertical when they can, which is why trees look like they do. But if you block the light above, trees will grow sideways. Plants will grow sideways. So in general, plants need to go up. Water always needs to be level. So if you're taking a picture of the ocean, make sure your photograph is level with the horizon. No matter what's going on in the foreground, the water of the ocean should be level. Don't take a diagonal water level thing, picture, whatever, because otherwise it'll just look weird. It'll look weird and people will be like, oh, your picture looks odd. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to put some plants up here, but leave a huge ass gap in the middle. Why? Because this is where the path is. We're just using plants to pick out the path, essentially. We could put a cocoa bush in there. Big old cocoa bush. Could you please not be Disco Cocoa right now? Oh, Disco Cocoa bush. Spin you around. What's it doing? Oh, it's just following like gaps in the terrain. It's following the surface of the objects around. It's following them around and just sort of jumping around in space. Cool. That's a little better. This is the cocoa bush selected, right? Yes. There we go. I need it clear. This is a path. No, that's good enough. It's good enough for army work. What's that from? It's from a game, but I can't remember the game. Damn, now I can't remember the game. Oh, whatever. We can leave some of these areas open. I am going to put some plants up here, though. Like, why would we not have some plants here? Nana plant? I think so. Just a little naan up here. We don't need too many across the top. Just a few, just to give it that forest floor vibe. Acacia, yes please. Just poking them in the little cracks in the rocks. There we go. It's surprising what a difference a few small plants make to an entire area. And of course what we actually want is people to be able to just run around and explore. So that's fun. Let's do this and this. You are now selected something else in the distance. Pull you down into the ground. Give it a little... there we go. So the leaf isn't clipped into the ground. Terrain objects. Nothing selected. Okay, cool. Cool. We don't need too much on this side. I think what I might do is hit transform. So I hit C to copy. And then we can do this. Because we can't get in another... There we go. We can't get in another metal walkway. It just ain't going to exist. We could, well, we might be able to, actually, thinking about it. Structures, let's try something. Seafort Bridge broken. We can get one of these in. We can't get the Seafort Bridge. We max reach. Seafort Bridge broken. Right, okay. T to transform. R to rotate. And what we'll do is you will use the end. This is the end with a grab rail on it. So I will just put that down into the earth. So you can't accidentally grab it and then end up under the island terrain. That would be hilarious, but also kind of dangerous for the player. Don't want to mess with the player. So as long as that yellow handle's not visible, pop that down, R to rotate, and then yeah, we can have it clipping into the rock. That's not so much of an issue. What I would like is this to come out a little bit. Not you. Yes, you. So I'll rotate that in such a way that we actually... Ooh, is this even going to work? Maybe not. So you can see what I want. I want this end covered up. That would be ideal. If we spin it around, can we get that to work? Maybe not. I think it might might not work. Oh no, there, right there. This is how we do it. Okay, cool. Need to change the camera angle, bring that up a bit. I just want it to be kind of smooth. Where's the sunlight gone? What's going on? What's going on with my world? Ooh, what's going on with my world? Okay, fine. Come up. You know what? Yeah, I kind of like that. I kind of like that. We do this. Green. There we go. 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 Now we know. Now we know. Cool. So the grab rail is hidden. There is a walkway up there. It's the same as the styles that we've used all over the rest of the island. Sort of over here. Which is kind of neat. It might even be upside down. But that doesn't actually matter. No, I don't think it is. But yeah, we've got a nice little walkway there. Which leads up to there. Oh, oh, beautiful, beautiful. Right. So we've got some plants over the top. I don't want to add too many. Oh, dip here. There's a weirdness over here. Terrain objects. Okay, objects, please. Gonna need some trees. Gonna need... Well, I'm gonna throw an allocacia in there. Just between the tree and the rocks. That'll do. Right, we're going to need to do some other things now. Let's just jump over here. So we're just kind of jumping around the island like a crazy person. Why are we doing that? We need the palm saplings and we need to put them where the palm trees are. What have I got selected? That. They'll rotate. Palm sapling. They'll rotate. So we've got two types of palm saplings really. They'll rotate. These will... They will regrow. Yeah, palm saplings regrow. So wherever you put them, there will always be palm saplings, but they never grow into a full palm. Oh, it's a sadness. The fragility of palms. Put it down into the ground, give it a rotate, spin it around, cool. Excellent. So this is why we put them where the rocks are. We put the rocks in, palms, so people know if they want these resources, even if they chop the trees down, they go and find the rocks, and that's probably where the palm saplings are. We will, of course, add things like the yucca to the island, because why would we not? Do a spin. Okay, cool. Alright, the camera's caught. The camera's caught on the things. All the things. Also has a little bit more green to the island, which is kind of nice. Any more green, any more green. Cool. Palm sapling, small. So you only get two types of palm saplings. Kind of not great, if I'm going to be honest, but whatever. Variety is the spice of gaming. I'll spin. And then wee over here. This one doesn't have any rocks next to it. I know, right? Doesn't it look weird? Now you come to say it. Yes, it does. All right, well, terrain objects, we've got nothing selected, and we know why we got to do that now. Because if we don't, it's a pain in the butt. Right. Need to transform, down to the ground, just in between those two. Okay, cool. Terrain objects, cool. Dump. Done. Up. Palm sapling. It's all the way down the bottom. It's a weird one. So a little spin. There's a couple of palm saplings here. A little spin. Same thing over here. Palm sapling. Spin. You spin it because otherwise they just look like they've been pulled out of the toolbox and they're all facing the same way and it looks weird. Palm sapling. Palm sapling. Okay, cool. Any other places? Oh, we haven't put them around here. Gee, okay, cool. We'll do that. Yeah, we can get a little bit loosey-goosey when it comes to pulling out stuff like this. But yes, I don't mind giving people too many fibrous leaves. You can have as many fibrous leaves as you want, I'm going to be honest. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Cool. Fibrous leaves are fine. You don't have any over here. So we'll just go 1 and 2. It's also funny when someone goes to chop down a palm tree and they hit a palm sapling instead. And then the last use of the racks. The racks disintegrates. There's no palms over here. I know. Alright, cool. Spin you around. Get up. Back. Spin you around. I'm going to put another one here. There you go. There you go. There you go. And then we got some palms over here. So one at the ground. And then the smaller palm sapling there. Sometimes if you put it too close to an object, like a rock or a ficus, in fact, you can be in a situation where players can't actually interact with the object. So give everything room to breathe. You need that. Or they need that. No, that's enough. Okay, so I think we're back round. One last thing before we close this up is not misc. It's items. Is it items? We need a rock. PQ. There it is, rock. There's an items because it's a physics object. We've got these shoreline rocks, and I want to encourage the players to look at these shoreline rocks for the physics objects, the actual rocks themselves. So everywhere we've put shoreline rocks, where there's palm trees, just put them in, just put it on the ground. You don't need to move them vertically, because what will happen is as soon as the player enters the island, everything that's a physics object will just fall from the sky and hit the beach. Oh, okay, yep, it's nice and easy, huh? Cool, we'll do another one over here. Actually, these ones don't have any palm saplings. Oh no, that's a bit of a problem. It is. Palm saplings. Saplings, trees. All the way to the bottom of the trees. Saplings. Okay. Give you one. Give you one here. And then one here. Boop. Okay, cool. So you've got the palm trees, you've got the rocks, you've got the small rocks, and you've got the saplings. So these things are actually kind of useful. Yeah, was this always the way you were going to do this? Yes, it was. I mean, this is the way we've been doing it for a while. It just teaches the player that if you want resources, these are kind of like little resource hubs, I guess. So you've got leaves, the fibrous leaves that respawn, the rocks that don't respawn, and the trees that don't respawn. But you've also got coconuts and stuff around here as well. Rocks are one of those things that eventually you will just use up. There is a finite number of rocks in the game. I'm not going to put too many around each of the hubs. Oh, over here. Mostly because too many physics objects on an island will actually just kill the FPS. So you want to be careful about that. Too many crabs as well. You put 1 million crabs on an island, or 1 million creatures on an island, you will have no frames per second. Your frames will all go out of the window. Okay, cool. So we'll do this, and yeah. Okay. Where else do we have shoreline rocks? Over here. Kind of important to get this one done. Really? Yes. Yeah, very important to get this one done because it's so far away from anywhere. All right. And then that's not one. I think the last one is probably over here. Ooh. Right, cool. So what have we done? Well, we've actually done quite a bit. I'm going to be honest. We've done quite a bit. We've put in rocks. We've put in palm trees. Let's just close everything up. There we go. That's better. Ah, it feels better. Ooh, it feels better. We put in rocks. We put in palm trees. We've put in palm saplings. And we have kind of added a few more plants to the top of our cave. We've also made the path that goes up over here a little bit more obvious, as well as it should be. Yeah, it doesn't feel like we've done a lot, but gee, we have. And as soon as you start noticing all the palm trees, like palm trees, there are so many of them, but still there are big open areas, which is kind of nice little path down there. Yeah, it's beginning to look a lot more like a map. And you might say, well, I didn't think we could do anything more to it. But I mean, yeah, we've just done something that's fairly simple, and it's just added so much more dimension to the island itself. We're going to need to put in a bunch of resources, so the yuccas and all of the other items that live up here. So we're going to need to do that. We're also going to need to put in some more wrecks, because we only really have the airplane and the wreck over here. And then we're going to need to test the island, I think. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here for the time being, because we're running over by quite a substantial amount. Yeah, I'm going to leave it here for the time being. If you like these videos, definitely leave a little like if you haven't done that already. It really helps the video out. If you want to help the channel out, you can always hit the subscribe button. It is free. If you want notifications, dingle the bingle. If you don't want notifications, you can be subscribed and never hear from the channel. It's a weird world. But yeah, you can do that. Just hit subscribe and don't hit the bell, I guess. And I tell you what, I will catch you next time.